folks, welcome back to the channel. Happy first day of autumn. As today marks the official day of autumn, but here in the UK, so I know it's the same worldwide. And it also marks the first day of my intensity block, which I am looking forward to. Body's feeling well rested over the weekend. Ran another PB 10k on Saturday with 56 minutes on the dot, which again I think it's only seconds off my 10k time, but a PB is a PB. And then on Sunday, well, Saturday afternoon, just chilled, watched the footy. Sunday, same thing, chilled, went out for lunch with Kelly into a nice Imaginarium bistro over in Prescott. It was very nice. Got a burger, 3 fries, put them on screen, show you those. Very nice restaurant. And then today's day one of the intensity block. So that's going to be a heavy 5 on the squat with some back offs and just a heavy 5 on the deadlift. Then with some walking lunges. Again, not doing back offs and deadlifts just to save the leg, keep them fresh. And I found when my squat increases, so does my deadlift. So there's no real need for me to train my deadlift. And I've said previously, the pushing the lifts isn't my priority right now, it's the running. Speaking of which, this morning I weighed myself. I'm not sure if you've seen that clip. If I put it now or put it this morning in a little intro, I don't know. I weigh 92.8, which is a few kilos heavier than last time. Now I'm not sure if that's because of what I've eaten over the weekend. Yesterday was a bit of a mishmash of food. I had that burger, the fries, creamy fries, a lot of salt in the evening. Ate quite late, big bowl of pasta and then a bowl of cereal with regular milk, so I'll probably hold a bit of water from that. But I'm not sure if I need to start cutting back on the food to lose a bit of weight, just to get faster running. Well, that's not always the case. We shall see. Again, I'm feeling good, feeling strong, feeling fast, feeling fit. So as long as all that's still making progress there's no real need for me to diet down. Like I say, we'll just wait and see how this week goes, the next few weeks go, the intensity block. Because it's going to be less lifting and more focusing on the conditioning side of things. Just give me sort of more heavy top sets rather than volume. So we shall see. Currently sipping on the Cannonball coffee, the maximum charge, which is very hot. Because unfortunately I didn't get any ice, well I haven't got any ice in work in the gym this morning. Started at 6 AM. Maybe I could bring some ice next time. We'll see, that's a future me's problem to deal with. I'm gonna sip this, gonna have my breakfast. Got the usual breakfast: oats, protein, banana, sultanas, pudding, salt, all that jazz. Although the one annoying thing this morning, I forgot my laptop, so I sort of can't really do much work where I can just sort of sit on my phone. And I did fly the drone a little bit before. Some cool shots of the sunrise over the city, which was just great views of the Radio City Tower, both cathedrals, and of course home and best in the world, Liverpool. That new stadium's looking very nice on that skyline. But I'm going to wrap this clip up here, finish my coffee, have breakfast, then it'll be time to coach, and then it'll be time to train. Usual Monday session, lower intensity and then intervals, and I'm going to make sure I do my 10 400 metre runs today. I've fallen short the last few times, but I have time today to actually get all of those done. Obviously last week was the bike sprints, so I did think about going back to Pure Gym to go and do those, but I think I'll just stay here and go for the runs because it's not going to be too hot. And I know thought it was going to rain, but it's not. So see you when I train. Also, I forgot to charge this battery, and because the other batteries are playing up, it's either going to stay on the camera, hopefully it'll survive the session, or I might switch to the GoPro because luckily I have that with me. I know sooner I said the weather was looking nice and the rain had stayed away, then it started ticking down. So I may need to push my running back to later this evening, which is okay because it'll be time to actually have some food and maybe push a bit harder for those intervals. So I've got a bit of rest between the lifting and running. But we'll see if it eases off after my lifting. I'll just run after lifting just to save some time in the evening for editing. But here we are at the top set of 5 on the back squat, aiming for 150. I was going to go heavier, but warm-ups are feeling a bit near, and I want to just have room to push each week. I think best set of 5 previously was 160, maybe it was 160 for 3, so I'm thinking 2 weeks of 5s and then 2 weeks of 3s, and then pushing on for that 3RM. But let's see how this goes. Last set of 5, keeping with the Metcons, because I just feel like I'm just feeling more in my legs when I squat. So let's get into the set and hopefully get those 5 reps nice and easy. Ouch. I think I might be being slightly ambitious going for that 150, because last week I did 135, 4 sets of 6. Moved relatively well, but I may need to hold back on the old big jumps next week, so maybe go 1 for 2.5 next week. But that is the top set done. Now I'll do 2 back offs just to get a bit more squat volume in, and then onto the top set deadlifts. And I feel I can do back offs on. I feel like I can do back offs with squats and not deadlifts, because I just feel like my legs recover well from the squatting rather than deadlifting, because deadlifting's for me very taxing. So 2 back offs, maybe knock off 80%, so we'll go down to 120 for 2 sets of 5, and then I'll be on to deadlifts. So thankfully, here we are on the final set of deadlifts, top set, going for that 170. And to be honest, today's just feeling like one of those days, nothing's feeling quite right, everything's feeling difficult. Not feeling much fine in this leg, which is frustrating, like nothing from the quads, I'm in sort of tight in hip area. So that's a bit, just feels strange, it feels like all the weight's doing and all the work is being done by this right leg. But it is what it is. Obviously I could just moan, call the session early, but just, you know, got that discipline in me just to crack on with the session. It is what it is, just one of those days, chalk it up. Still able to train. I don't even hear that rain. That is getting heavy, so it looks like the running will be put off until later on, which is probably for the best really. But let's do this final set, and then it's into the lunges, and then that'll be the lifting done for the day. Wait for the music to start again before going. All my thumbs. Deadlift's done. Legs felt pretty decent. I felt like I actually started the hips a lot low down after watching back, so it was, but thankfully deadlift's done for the day. Walking lunges, and then home time. And you might throw in some core work because I've got time not going straight into the runs. We shall see. With the usual walking lunges, then 2 12.5s up in that front rack. But I think last week we went for 3 sets of 40, so we may do the same, or might go for 3 sets of 50. But actually that is a lot, so let's do maybe the 40 again. 40 will do for now. Shoulders starting to get a little bit tight there. Oh. I think I either need to invest in the sandbag or just stick a dumbbell on my shoulders. I should try for the next set, see what it's like. I'll grab a 25 and pop it over me back. I feel that'd be easier to get in that position than a barbell just because this right shoulder's dodgy. So we'll try it. So let's try and pop this on the old back and see if that feels any better. Oh, actually, that's not too bad. Resting the neck a bit awkwardly, but let's see if we can go a bit further in this set. I actually prefer one weight on my back that allows me to lean forward ever slightly to keep that weight or the work based on my glutes and posterior chain. I feel that has a lot more endurance than my quads, and they get battered by running. And I've also lost count, but it's roughly 9 steps per length. Ow. That was a set of 50 done, I think. That's counted back. But one more set, core work, and then home, because that rain is getting a lot heavier. And I do not fancy running. I've got no waterproofs, so everything will just get soaked. And more often than not, when I get soaked while training, I end up getting ill. And I don't want that at this point in the training block. Now I just got over on this. Not doing anything crazy for today's core work, just going to do a couple of sets of outboard rollouts. Now the thing with rollouts is what people get wrong, is that they tend to try and keep their back nice and flat, whereas you need to almost, what I think, you need to almost keep that arch in their back. So thinking that hollow shape. Otherwise, again, all that starts to go into the lower back and you just feel that pain. So almost arch their back, sort of starting the cat, so the cat camel position, even though the open cat up there, camel's there. Is it camel? No, that's cat. That's camel, so create that hump. Keep the glute squeezed, core braced, hips and shoulders forwards. And then make sure you're pulling with the abs. Oh, this time I'm slightly controlled. A very slight pause at the end. Let's do a couple sets of these. And then home for a light lunch before this evening's running. But I try and run before it goes too dark. And then there's a few hours where the rain's off this afternoon, so I'll try and run then. But just a light lunch. So I'll show you what I have. So I'll show you what I have when I'm training a few hours apart. Now before we do head home for lunch, I want to talk about nutrition. And if you train twice a day with a few hours between, this is when that sort of feeding window applies. So you went after training, you want those fast digesting carbs, those quick carbs, those sugars. That's why I'm gonna have a handful of squashies, and then home for that easy digesting lunch, which will probably be just a pack of rice and a chicken breast, just keeping that fat very low and just easy to digest foods on my stomach. Nothing, probably keep it plain, won't add any sauce or that, so because they tend to repeat on me if I train later on. So it's munch on these on the drive back and then cook food when we are home. Hello, mister. Hello. When you come to the door to see me, eh? And here we are back in the kitchen. So for lunch, we're gonna have some chicken breasts there and a packet of rice. May go for golden veg rice. So this is gonna be lunch if it'll brighten up. Pack of golden veg rice and just 1 chicken breast. These are flavoured with fajita mix that I had left over. Just very nice flavouring. Not too much spice on there, just a nice bit of flavour. And I may add some barbecue sauce or honey to the rice, just add those extra carbs in there. They're easy to digest to get me energised for the run. So I'm gonna hit this up. So I'm gonna cook this up, enjoy it, freshen up, and then run in a couple of hours. Probably do some editing in the meantime. And likely I'll just be saving all my calories for the evening, so I'll run and then have a massive dinner, which I'm looking forward to. No idea what I'm gonna have, but this is almost like a full day of eating, isn't it? But without sharing the calories and macros. Sort of how I train and run on the same day. But legs are feeling pretty fresh after those lunges and the core work, but hopefully they don't stiffen up too much. I'm gonna maybe have a little stretch after lunch and then edit and then get ready to run, see how we're feeling there. Still aiming for the 10 by 400 metres with a minute rest between, maybe just walk it, or if it's a bit cool I'll jog it. That's for later me to worry about. Now I just need to eat and chill. If you wonder what the mug of water is for, well, the mug is full of water, if you haven't guessed. They're just so the chicken stays nice and moist when you microwave it. So that's a top tip for today. And lunch is served, topped it just with some extra honey, just a bit of that sweetness and those extra sugars and carbs. And obviously I added a bit of pink Himalayan salt just to get that sodium back in. Having a large glass of agua. This is the third one I've had since getting back because I'm very thirsty. Gonna enjoy this, catch up on some YouTube, edit and then run with the rains off at the minute, although I've just seen that it's going to be on for most of the day. Sort of light showers every so often, so I may have to suck it up and run in the rain, which as long as it's a light rain I'm not too fussed about, but if it gets heavy it's just going to suck and I may have to just run shorter. So it's now been a couple of hours, it's been about 4 hours since I finished lunch. That has gone down well, got the video edited and ready to upload, so I'm just waiting for that to finish. My internet always seems to cut out when I upload videos to YouTube, maybe because it's on Wi-Fi and it doesn't like it. So I'm going to chill for a few minutes before I leave, make sure that gets uploaded. And I'm just going to be a little bit lazy. Legs aren't feeling too bad since I've been sat down for a few hours since finishing that session. I'm just going to give them a quick go over with the massage gun to make sure nothing's too sore and everything feels pretty right and still loose. Although the clouds like they're coming over, so I may have timed it poorly. But the aim of today is 10 by 400 metres, aiming for around that 1 minute 30, 1 minute 40 each time. Maybe push it a little bit further or a bit harder, and then just aim to improve on those each week. Now on Wednesday is going to be my longer intervals, so I'm going to not do any sort of hard threshold work. Well, that's going to be a threshold work really, the 1 kilometre intervals. I'm going to try and keep those around or under 5 minutes for the next 4 weeks, and then also thinking about running tomorrow morning just to get a couple more kilometres in, get some more zone 2 work in, but I will decide tomorrow depending on what the weather is like. But for now I'm gonna check YouTube's uploaded and scheduled and just get a mobile and go off a run, so I'll see you all afterwards, and hopefully I will have survived the rain. I might actually change t-shirt, put a long sleeve on. Yeah, it's not wasting time. I need to get my arse in gear and get moving. Oh. One thing that before I do hit the streets is I've just taken another scoop of beta alanine Just I took like half a scoop before my pre-workout like I usually do, but I just thought I'd get a little bit of a top up to just help keep things fresh and flushed. Now it's time to hit the road with these dark clouds coming over, so hopefully the rain stays off for at least half of it so I can cool down rather than try and run when it's cold or start off in the rain and get cold. Yeah, let's go.
1 hour later.
So that was another perfectly timed run. If I do say so myself, literally got back and within a minute or two it was already raining. I don't know if you can see that. I was going to adjust in time. No. So that was, pop this down. So that was just over, or just under 7k of running, 7.32 kilometers of running, 10 400 intervals. Felt pretty good. Again, the app doesn't show the interval times, it just shows the kilometer splits, so that the pace it take me to run a kilometer. But they felt pretty good, and I jogged and walked between, and interestingly enough, well, obviously the ones I walked between, the ones afterwards, they felt better. I felt I could hold a better pace rather than the ones that jogged very slowly. So something to work on, definitely the different paced runs rather than run stop run. So might do that on Wednesday. Who's that? You can hear a car outside, he's wondering who it is. But that's going to wrap this video there. It felt very nice running because the temperature stayed pretty cool. There was quite a bit of headwind, some rainy spots, but felt okay. But that is training done for the day. Just gonna finish this pint of water with the electrolytes in. I actually forgot I had the bag of electrolyte powder, so I uncovered it under my protein this morning. Just got that with some summer fruits for some extra flavour. I'm gonna shower, have some food, no idea what I'm gonna have, and then that'll be it for the day. Take this guy out for a walk once it's stopped raining. Yeah, that'll be it. Tomorrow is going to be the first upper body intensity day, so that's going to be a heavy 5 on the bench. I may use a slingshot, may not. Might decide when I'm there. And some upper conditioning. So I will see you tomorrow. As always, if you enjoyed it, smash the like button. If you want to hit subscribe, turn on notifications, all that jazz. As always, I will see you in the next one. And give it a like for Odin because he's feeling poorly today. Peace.